Hey guys, so today I want to compare the Safari browser in the iPhone 5 with iOS 7 latest beta 4 versus the Nokia Lumia 520, which is Nokia's low-cost Lumia device, but is still very affordable for the price of 150 euros compared to a price of around 550 euros for the iPhone 5. So I want to compare the Internet Explorer browser here, and then I'm going to fire up, nope, that's wrong. And then I'm gonna fire up the Safari browser. So here I am at GSM Arena, that website. So the first thing we can see here, the first impression that we do see here is that the display definitely is of course better here on the iPhone 5. It definitely stands out. You can see here when we zoom in how much more white it looks like and just how much brighter it is when we zoom in like this. So that's the first thing of course that we will notice, but for a price of 150 euros, I mean, you can't get everything. So the other thing you can see here is that instead of having the menu at the top here, you can see that you get all the buttons at the bottom, and it's still very clean UI in Windows Phone. So you can see here, you just tap on that, you just tap on the back key if you want to go back. You have the reload button over here. Let's try to reload a page. And then also you can see that you do have this load bar and this menu button here on the side with the beautiful Windows 8. You can go into tabs, which is extremely quick here to load up. And you can of course just open up a new tab like so. Go to tabs again. You can see how super quick it is even on this low cost device, and I can't stress that enough that this is a very low cost device but still this snappy. You have also of course, you can quickly go into the settings area here, go back, you can see favorites, add to favorites, you can pin to the start menu, your recent stuff. Very simplistic here. And then also you can see of course, because the resolution here is not as super impressive on the Lumia 520, so when we are zoomed out you can't see the text. I mean, you can't really see what it's saying. You have to zoom in like this to be able to read. Versus of course the iPhone 5's UI here, which of course with the high resolution display, not super high, it's not 1080p high resolution, but you can definitely see it a lot more clear, the text. And let's see here if we can do a zoom in here one more time and see if you can try to focus on the text. Let's see here. You will probably notice a difference there. Let's see here also if we can zoom in a little bit. Around the same. You probably definitely see a difference here in that it's sharper on the iPhone 5. So if we continue on here as well to check out some other things here, things like the UI here, which I didn't actually go over super much, but the UI here is a little bit different. Over here at the top, instead of being at the bottom, it's at the top. Very simplistic UI compared to iOS 6. Use a simple bar there, you can search or just go to a website, and when you type here, immediately your favorite website comes up, which is pretty nice. You have a load bar there, and it's pretty much the same there, even though the speed here definitely seems to be a little bit quicker as well. And then you have a menu at the bottom here, which it disappears when you zoom in, so you get maximum UI. And also at the top here, very clean, that when you zoom in just a little bit, it goes very small there at the top, which I do kind of enjoy. And also if you quickly want to have that bar up and running, when you are zoomed in, you just tap up here and it goes back up and running. So very cool. You have forward and back keys, also share button. Apple needs to be focusing a lot on sharing here in the middle. And then of course you do have this slightly changed UI in how it looks like compared to iOS 7 beta 3. slightly UI change here, not super big. Then of course you do have the private mode here, which I'm not quite sure if you do get inside of Internet Explorer. I don't think so though, but you can see here it goes black when I'm into private mode, and that's also of course if I want to search for porn, or I want to do something that I don't want my Safari browser to save anything. So very good there. You just go back in and disable it so no one can see that you've been searching for porn, or I'm sure what you do, but if you do that, then that's fine. You just go to private. So then also of course you do have the tab system here, which I gotta say I almost do believe that I do prefer this snappier system here, where I can see small little things that I can tap on, very simple to go back to and close. This feels a little bit snappier here. Here I of course can just also tap to go in, but that little X there feels a little bit meh. I would probably prefer this system if you have a lot. If you have a lot of tabs, this system is probably better, because you'll probably see a grid of a ton of different tabs that you have up and running. So if you also check out the performance here, so we are zoomed out now on both these two devices. You can see that both have kind of like a cool effect, like a bump effect when you go up and down. And also if you want to go back here on the iPhone 5, you have this pretty cool system where you can swipe on the side. When we double tap, let's see what happens. So you can see smooth on both. I would have to say that the rendering is probably tiny bit better than on the iPhone 5, but not a super big deal. If you try to zoom in here as well, you can see something that could be a little bit annoying here with the Lumia 520 is that when you zoom in and do things here, you can see the device could easily move around a little bit on the surface, just as the iPhone 4 and the 4S usually could do, because they had a full glass back. Now the iPhone is so much better because it's not a full glass back, of course. It doesn't have a glass over here, which is very good, because then it doesn't move around on a surface like this. So you can see here that it is so much better. But you can see here in terms of performance, you can feel a little bit that it's not as good on the Lumia 520 as on the iPhone 5, but I mean, you can't complain. I mean, for most surfing, you won't really think that much about it. It has to render a little bit more, but you can definitely see here the quality of the display, that you can see a big difference here. So let's just load this little thing up. You can see it load a little bit quicker there on the iPhone 5, and here it's still loading up the page. Or actually a lot quicker here on the iPhone 5, like 4 times quicker. Let's see here also, we don't have like this awesome mode, like let's say you're on an article and you do want to read this article. It's pretty hard here, it's pretty annoying probably in the Internet Explorer browser, that you just have to scroll on the side here to read all the text and then go down and continue to read. While of course with the iPhone 5 Safari browser, you can just tap on this little button here at the top, and you get this simple just view here of all the text in the article and all of the images, just as you can do with HTC One, also with their text reflow feature in their browser. And also Samsung has a feature which is also wearable, that you just tap on this like reading mode, and then you kind of get the same thing here as in the iPhone 5. So I'm not quite sure if you do get that inside of Windows Phone 8, but it doesn't seem like that. I might be wrong though. But you can never see in terms of the color white here also how much better it looks and how much brighter it is on the iPhone 5. There we go, also load it up quicker. And you can see just when I'm moving with one hand here, the phone moves around like a crazy maniac. I'm not quite sure why. But of course, you usually probably won't have your phone, you probably won't have it on a surface all the time. see if we can go back. So let's just let's also try to scroll up and down. If we start here from the top of this article, and let's see how quick we can just with one swipe. Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, it feels like I don't really get that kind of amazing swipe that I can get on a high-end phone. It feels like, of course, the display is not as impressive. It's a little bit slow here, I can feel. And sometimes it doesn't even want to go down. Even if I try really, really hard to go down, the display is not super responsive. Compared to a high-end device, you definitely feel the quality, the precision here when I zoom in a little bit. And you can see here when I go down, it immediately responds, no problem whatsoever. But of course, Apple with their iPhone, when you try to scroll down to the bottom with just one swipe, that's impossible because Apple has a very, very slow speed in terms of going up and down. So you have to do a lot of swipes compared to a high-end Android smartphone. And I don't have a high-end Lumia Windows Phone 8 device to try this out with at the moment, but definitely definitely more responsive. My main thing here that I do enjoy, definitely if I would read articles, is definitely, of course, the reading mode here at the top in the Safari browser, and then of course that little extra that you get a better display, of course, but the reading mode especially. But of course, you do have most big websites have a mobile version, so that shouldn't really be an issue either. I mean, if you want that full experience or be able to just read article like a normal guy, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever with that then. So just a quick look here at the browsers, both very, very good, and especially the Lumia 520 for the price that you do get. Or for the price what it costs, you get a really, really good phone overall in terms of the browser. So please let me know if you want more videos, me to compare various things with these devices, if you want me to go in depth with specific features, and I will see what I can do. But until next time, have a great day.